I'd now like to welcome international Jewish leader and social justice activist Rabbi Denise Eger of congregation Kol Ami to deliver the invocation.
Thank you, Guy. We take a moment of prayer and meditation. Ruach Elohim, holy breath of life, as we gather on this day to recall and remember and never forget the millions of people who were imprisoned and tortured and murdered during the Shoah, bless us with strength. The victims were carted in cattle cars like animals, gassed and shot, given lethal injections. They were starved and enslaved and sometimes buried alive. 6 million of our Jewish people targeted by hatred so vile and so heinous. Give us strength. Millions more people, Roma, the disabled, gay men and lesbians, Jehovah's Witnesses, political prisoners, trade unionists, Poles, and those of many other nations who were murdered by the Nazis. The children and the aged, the infirm, and those who were young and vibrant, tortured and murdered and turned to ash. Their lives cut short by cruelty and barbarism for simply being who they were. Oh God, give us strength. It's hard to fathom the scope and scale of violence and death, and yet our task on this afternoon is to confront the horrors of the past and to remember. Today, on this Yom HaShoah, Day of Holocaust Remembrance, we pay tribute also to the many survivors whose resilience in the face of such horror is a shining example of the human spirit to make meaning, to rebuild lives, and to be a living testimony and witness. Bless them, O God, with health and continued long life. Today, at this Yom HaShoah observance, we give thanks too for the liberators, brave soldiers who fought a brutal war to ensure that the Nazi regime would be defeated. For their courage and fortitude, we give thanks to you, O Eternal One. And with reverence and sanctity, we remember the lives of the soldiers called the greatest generation who died to free the world of such hatred. May the souls of all the victims of the Shoah and those who died to fight the evil of that time be bound up in the bond of eternal life. Ruach Elohim, holy breath of life, grant us the fortitude and courage to challenge evil that is still in our midst, that cause us to hate another in our heart. We see unfolding before us the rise in anti-Semitism and anti-Asian hatred, and homophobia and transphobia and xenophobia. We see the despicable atrocities each night being inflicted upon Ukraine and its peoples. The Uyghur people in China are enslaved and in concentration camps today. Genocides are ongoing in Myanmar and South Sudan and the Congo. Humanity, we have not learned the lessons of the Shoah. Ruach Elohim, hear our prayer. Teach us not only to remember, but to act, to defeat tyranny and hatred wherever it arises, and to see all we meet as created in your divine image. So let us use this day to reach out to another in love, ve'ahavta re'echa kamocha, to love our neighbor as ourselves. Let us use this day, lo ta'amod al dam re'echa, to not stand idly by the blood of our neighbors who are targeted by hate. And let us use this afternoon, this Yom HaShoah observance, to v'ger letono v'tilchatzenu, to not oppress or exploit the stranger in our midst. And let us use today to remember, to honor, to reflect, to spur us to action wherever and whenever there is inhumane behavior. Ruach Elohim, holy breath of life, open our eyes, open our ears, open our hearts, and open our hands, O God, and strengthen us for the task ahead. Ken yehi ratzon, so may it be God's will. And now it is my privilege and honor to invite Clay Davidson, who is the grandchild of Holocaust survivors, a member of the Holocaust Museum LA's Teen Advisory Board, and 9th grade student at De Toledo High School, who will now lead us in the national anthems of the United States of America and Israel. Clay?